Have you ever woken up feeling like your brain is wrapped in cotton wool, struggling to find the right words or remember simple things? Even after a full night's sleep, perhaps you've noticed little slips in your memory, a growing sense of fogginess, or just not feeling as sharp as you once were. It's a frustrating and often unsettling feeling. Isn't it that nagging worry that your mind isn't quite what it used to be? And the fear of what that might mean for your independence and your future? Many of us, especially as we get a little older, tend to dismiss these things as just getting on a bit. But what if I told you that some seemingly innocent things you might be doing every single night, without even realizing it, are actively harming your most precious asset, your brain? What if these nighttime habits are quietly, consistently, eroding your cognitive health, making you feel older and less capable than you truly are in this video? We're going to uncover some surprising truths about what happens to your brain while you sleep and pinpoint the specific nighttime actions that could be causing serious damage. We'll explore exactly what to stop doing and simple, practical steps you can take instead to protect and even enhance your brain's health. Watch to the end for something that will truly surprise you. Let's dive right into the very first habit that many of us are guilty of, especially as the evening winds down, letting bright screens dominate our night. Think about it: scrolling through your tablet, watching TV in bed, or even just checking your phone one last time before you try to drift off. It feels harmless, almost comforting, doesn't it? A way to unwind or catch up on the day's news or simply pass the time. But this seemingly innocuous activity is, in fact, a stealthy saboteur of your brain health. The culprit here is the blue light emitted from these devices. Now, our bodies are wonderfully designed to respond to natural light cues. During the day, bright, blue rich light from the sun tells our brains to be awake and alert. It suppresses melatonin, the hormone that makes us feel sleepy. This is a fantastic system when the sun is up, keeping us energized and focused. However, when we expose ourselves to the same kind of blue light at night, our brains get confused. They think it's still daytime. This tricks your internal clock, the circadian rhythm, into believing it needs to stay awake, even when your body is tired. Melatonin production is suppressed, making it much harder for you to fall asleep, and more importantly, to stay asleep. And here's where the real damage to your brain begins. Sleep isn't just about resting your body. It's a critical time for your brain to perform essential maintenance tasks. Think of it like a night crew coming in to clean up, repair, and reorganize a bustling city. While you're in deep sleep, your brain is literally washing itself. It uses a unique system called the glymphatic system to flush out waste products that accumulate during the day. One of the most significant of these waste products is amyloid beta, a protein that, in excessive amounts, is strongly linked to Alzheimer's disease. When your sleep is disrupted by blue light exposure, your brain doesn't get enough time in these crucial deep sleep cycles. This means the cleanup crew doesn't finish its job. The waste products, including that troublesome amyloid beta, aren't cleared out efficiently, and they start to build up over time. This accumulation can contribute to inflammation, oxidative stress, and structural damage in your brain, paving the way for cognitive decline, memory problems, and even increasing your risk for neurodegenerative diseases. It's not just about feeling tired the next day. It's about the long-term health of your brain's fundamental structures. So, what can you do? It's simpler than you might think, but it requires a conscious effort to break a deeply ingrained habit. The ideal solution is to put away all screens at least 1 to 2 hours before you plan to go to bed. Yes, I know, that can sound daunting, but think of it as an investment in your mental sharpness and your future well-being. Instead of watching TV or scrolling, try reading a physical book under a soft, dim light. Listen to some calming music, perhaps a podcast, or even an audiobook. Engage in a gentle conversation with a loved one, or simply sit quietly and reflect on your day. If you absolutely must use a screen in the evening, try to enable the night shift or blue light filter settings on your devices, which shift the screen's colors to warmer tones. These are certainly better than nothing, but they're not a perfect substitute for completely avoiding screens. You could also consider blue light blocking glasses, which are designed to filter out the harmful blue wavelengths. But the most powerful step you can take is to create a true digital sunset in your home. This helps signal to your brain that night is approaching, allowing your body to naturally produce melatonin and prepare for the restorative sleep it desperately needs. Imagine the difference. Instead of fighting your body's natural sleep cycle, you're working with it, creating an environment where your brain can perform its nightly repair and detoxification rituals undisturbed. This isn't just about sleeping better tonight. It's about safeguarding your memory, your clarity, and your overall brain health for years to come. It's a profound shift that pays dividends in mental vitality. Now that we've discussed the critical impact of late-night screen time, let's turn our attention to another very common nighttime habit that can silently undermine your brain's resilience. Moving on from the glow of screens, let's talk about what you put into your body in the hours leading up to bedtime. Many of us are accustomed to a late dinner, a nightly snack, or perhaps a comforting hot drink. And while a warm cup of herbal tea might be beneficial, other choices can seriously disrupt your brain's essential nighttime work. Specifically, I'm referring to heavy meals, sugary snacks, and certain beverages like alcohol or even coffee in the late afternoon or evening. Let's start with eating. When you eat a large, rich meal, especially one high in fats or refined carbohydrates, your digestive system has to kick into high gear. This means your body is working hard, diverting energy and blood flow to digest that food. Rather than preparing for rest and repair, your metabolism stays elevated. Your internal organs are active, and this internal buzz can make it incredibly difficult to fall into the deep, restorative sleep your brain needs. Think of your digestive system as a factory. If it's operating at full capacity right up until closing time, the cleanup crew, which includes your brain's glymphatic system, can't get in to do its vital work. Sugary snacks are particularly problematic. A surge in blood sugar followed by a sharp drop can cause restless sleep, night sweats, and even awakenings. This roller coaster of blood sugar disrupts sleep architecture, preventing your brain from cycling through the crucial stages of deep sleep and REM sleep, which are essential for memory consolidation, learning, and emotional regulation. Without these stages, your brain struggles to process the day's information, store new memories, and effectively flush out neurotoxins. It's like trying to file away all the day's documents in a chaotic office. It just doesn't happen efficiently. The consequences are far-reaching: a less sharp memory, difficulty concentrating the next day, and, over time, an increased risk of cognitive decline. Consider alcohol. Many people mistakenly believe that a nightcap helps them sleep. While alcohol might make you feel drowsy initially, it severely disrupts your sleep quality. It fragments sleep, leading to more awakenings and significantly reducing the amount of REM sleep you get. REM sleep is crucial for emotional processing and learning, and without enough of it, you might find yourself feeling more irritable, anxious, and less mentally resilient. Alcohol also dehydrates you and can worsen snoring or sleep apnea, further robbing your brain of oxygen and restorative rest. And then there's caffeine, which is obvious to many, but it's worth reiterating its powerful effect. Caffeine has a half-life of about 5-6 hours, meaning if you have a coffee at 4 p.m., half of that caffeine is still circulating in your system by 9 or 10 p.m. Even if you don't feel wired, that residual caffeine can prevent you from reaching the deepest, most beneficial stages of sleep, precisely the stages where your brain performs its crucial nightly maintenance and detoxification. So, what's the actionable advice here? Aim to finish your last meal at least 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. This gives your digestive system ample time to process the food and wind down before you even think about laying your head on the pillow. If you absolutely need a snack, choose something light and easily digestible, like a small handful of almonds, a banana, or a piece of whole grain toast. Avoid sugary treats, rich desserts, and anything fried. For beverages, steer clear of caffeine after noon and limit alcohol, especially in the evening. If you enjoy a glass of wine with dinner, try to have it earlier in the evening, giving your body more time to process it before sleep. This simple shift in your eating and drinking habits isn't just about a better night's sleep. It's about creating an optimal environment for your brain to rejuvenate itself. By allowing your digestive system to rest, you free up your body's resources to focus on essential brain repair, memory consolidation, and toxin clearance. You're giving your brain the quiet, uninterrupted time it needs to perform its vital maintenance work, ensuring you wake up feeling clearer, sharper, and more mentally robust. This one change alone can make a profound difference in how you feel each morning and how well your brain functions throughout the day. Next, we'll delve into another often overlooked aspect of your nighttime routine that could be quietly undermining your cognitive health. Now, let's talk about the silent disruptor that often flies under the radar: an inconsistent sleep schedule. Many of us are creatures of habit during the day, but when it comes to bedtime and wake-up times, we often let things slide, especially on weekends or holidays. Perhaps you stay up a little later on a Friday night, or sleep in a few extra hours on a Saturday morning. It feels like a harmless treat, doesn't it? A chance to catch up on sleep or simply enjoy some extra leisure time. But this seemingly small deviation, often referred to as social jet lag, can have a surprisingly significant impact on your brain health. Your body, and particularly your brain, thrives on routine. It has an internal clock, your circadian rhythm, that regulates everything from hormone production to body temperature and, crucially, your sleep-wake cycle. When you go to bed and wake up at wildly different times each day, you're constantly confusing this internal clock. It's like repeatedly changing the time zone your body thinks it's in. This inconsistency prevents your brain from establishing a predictable rhythm for its nightly repair and detoxification processes. Imagine a factory where the night shift doesn't know when it's supposed to start or finish. Some nights, they get a full shift. Other nights, they're cut short. And sometimes they don't even know if they're working at all. The quality of their work, and therefore the product, would suffer. Your brain is similar. It needs predictable windows of time to perform its essential maintenance tasks, such as clearing out metabolic waste, consolidating memories, and replenishing neurotransmitters. When your sleep schedule is erratic, your brain struggles to enter and sustain the deep sleep and REM sleep stages that are most vital for these processes. Chronic disruption of your circadian rhythm has been linked to increased inflammation throughout the body, including the brain. This low-grade inflammation can contribute to cognitive decline, memory problems, and even accelerate the aging process of your brain cells. Studies have shown that irregular sleep patterns can impair executive functions like planning, problem-solving, and decision-making. You might find yourself feeling more irritable, having difficulty concentrating, or struggling with simple tasks that used to be second nature. It's not just about feeling tired, it's about the erosion of your mental sharpness and resilience over time. So, what's the solution? The most powerful step you can take for your brain health is to establish a consistent sleep schedule and stick to it. Even on weekends, aim to go to bed and wake up at roughly the same time every single day. Yes, that means waking up at the same time on Saturday and Sunday as you do during the week. Now, I know what you're thinking. That sounds like no fun. But consider the incredible benefits you'll reap: improved memory, enhanced clarity, better mood, and a significantly healthier brain in the long run. If you find yourself needing to catch up on sleep occasionally, try to keep your lie-ins to no more than an hour past your usual wake-up time. Instead of sleeping in for hours, consider an early afternoon nap, if your schedule allows, but keep it short, around 20-30 minutes, so it doesn't interfere with your nighttime sleep. Establishing this routine also extends to your pre-sleep rituals. Create a consistent wind-down routine that signals to your body and brain that it's time to prepare for sleep. This could include a warm bath, listening to calming music, reading a physical book, or gentle stretching. The predictability of these actions reinforces your brain's natural rhythms, making it easier to fall asleep and achieve the quality sleep needed for optimal brain function. This isn't about rigid deprivation. It's about respecting your body's natural clock and giving your brain the stability it needs to perform its critical nightly functions. By embracing a consistent sleep schedule, you're not just improving your sleep quality, you're actively investing in your long-term cognitive health. ensuring your brain remains sharp, clear, and resilient for years to come. It's a foundational habit that empowers your brain to function at its very best. Now, for the final, perhaps most surprising thing you absolutely must stop doing at night if you want to protect your brain. We've covered the crucial impact of bright screens, the timing and content of your last meal, and the fundamental importance of a consistent sleep schedule. Each of these plays a vital role in your brain's nightly rejuvenation process. But there's one more, often unconscious, habit that many people over 60 fall into, and it might be the most insidious of all when it comes to long-term brain health. This is something that often feels productive, even necessary, but it's actively robbing your brain of the deep rest and repair. It needs constantly dwelling on worries, replaying stressful events, or planning the next day's tasks while lying in bed. Many of us climb into bed, switch off the light, and instead of drifting off to sleep, our minds immediately kick into overdrive. We start reviewing conversations, agonizing over past mistakes, or meticulously planning every detail of tomorrow's errands, appointments, and challenges. It feels like problem-solving or being responsible, but in reality, it's a profound disservice to your brain. When your mind is actively engaged in this kind of mental rumination and planning, especially if those thoughts are tinged with worry or anxiety, your brain remains in a state of high alert. Your sympathetic nervous system, your fight or flight response, is activated. This keeps your heart rate elevated, your muscles tense, and your brain waves active in a way that is antithetical to sleep. You're essentially telling your brain to stay awake and problem solve, rather than surrender to rest. And when your brain isn't getting into those crucial deep sleep stages, it's missing out on its most important work. We've talked about the glymphatic system clearing waste. This process happens most effectively during deep sleep. If you're lying awake, churning through thoughts, your brain isn't getting into the necessary states where this vital cleaning can occur. Imagine trying to clean a house while people are still moving furniture and having conversations. It just doesn't work. The accumulation of these waste products, including amyloid beta proteins, directly contributes to cognitive decline over time. Furthermore, constant nighttime worrying elevates levels of stress hormones like cortisol. Chronically high cortisol levels are known to be neurotoxic, meaning they can actually damage brain cells, particularly in areas important for memory and learning, such as the hippocampus. This isn't just about feeling stressed. It's about the physical wear and tear on your brain. The mental chatter also prevents your brain from achieving the relaxed state needed for memory consolidation. While you sleep, your brain replays and files away the day's events, converting short-term memories into long-term ones. If you're actively thinking and stressing, this process is disrupted, leading to greater forgetfulness and difficulty recalling information the next day. So, what's the surprising solution to this pervasive problem? It's about consciously creating a mental off-ramp before you get into bed. Develop a worry window earlier in the evening. Say an hour or two before you plan to sleep. During this dedicated 15-20 minutes, sit down with a notebook and pen. Write down every single worry, task, or thought that's swirling in your mind. Get it all out. Don't censor yourself. Once it's on paper, you can mentally park those thoughts until tomorrow. This simple act tells your brain, okay, we've addressed this. It's on the list. We can let it go for now. Another incredibly powerful technique is mindfulness, or simple breathing exercises. Before bed, try a few minutes of focused breathing. Inhale slowly through your nose for a count of 4, hold for a count of 4, and exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 6. Repeat this a few times. This actively engages your parasympathetic nervous system, signaling to your body and brain that it's safe to relax and rest. It pulls your focus away from racing thoughts and grounds you in the present moment. You might also consider listening to a guided meditation specifically for sleep, or a calming nature soundscape. Rather than engaging in stimulating content, the key is to consciously shift your mental state from doing and planning to being and relaxing. This isn't about eliminating thoughts altogether, which is often impossible, but about changing your relationship with them. When a worry pops up as you're trying to sleep, Acknowledge it. Remind yourself it's on the list. And gently bring your attention back to your breath or a calming image. This conscious effort to quiet your mind before bed is perhaps the most profound gift you can give your brain. It allows your brain to transition from its active, conscious state to the deep, restorative sleep cycles where vital repair, detoxification, and memory consolidation take place. By stopping the relentless mental chatter at night, you're not just improving your sleep, you're actively protecting your brain from the damaging effects of chronic stress and ensuring it has the uninterrupted time it needs to stay sharp, healthy, and resilient for many years to come. So, we've walked through some profoundly important nighttime habits that, if left unchecked, can silently erode your brain health. We started with the pervasive influence of bright screens, particularly blue light, disrupting your body's natural melatonin production and preventing the vital, deep sleep needed for brain detoxification. Then, we moved on to the often overlooked impact of late-night eating, especially heavy meals and sugary snacks, and how they force your digestive system to work overtime when your brain should be resting and repairing. We also discussed the deceptive nature of alcohol and caffeine and how they fragment your sleep, robbing your brain of critical restorative cycles. Next, we highlighted the foundational importance of a consistent sleep schedule, emphasizing how an erratic bedtime and wake-up time confuse your brain's internal clock, hindering its ability to perform essential maintenance and memory consolidation. Finally, and perhaps most crucially, we unveiled the silent damage caused by constant nighttime worrying and mental rumination, stressing your brain and preventing it from entering the deep, healing states it desperately needs. It might seem like a lot to take in, but remember, these aren't about drastic, overnight transformations. Each of these steps, from putting away your phone an hour before bed, to choosing a lighter evening meal, to trying a worry window or a few minutes of mindful breathing, is a small, manageable change. And the incredible truth is that small changes, consistently applied, can make an enormous difference to your brain health, your memory, your clarity, and your overall happiness. Your brain is remarkably resilient and capable of repair, given the right conditions. By adjusting these nighttime routines, you're not just preventing future damage, you're actively creating an environment where your brain can heal, rejuvenate, and thrive. You are empowering yourself to stay sharper, more focused, and more vibrant for all your years ahead. We would absolutely love to hear from you. Which of these habits resonates most with you? Have you tried any of these changes? And if so, what difference did they make? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your insights could be incredibly helpful to others in our community. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. That tells us we're providing content that truly matters to you. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more practical advice and empowering insights designed to help you live your best life at every age. Thank you for watching. And remember, your brain is your most precious asset. Protect it, nourish it, and give it the rest it deserves. Live your best life at every age.